Hey guys, what is up? It is me again, NintendoConsoleGamer. Today we're going to be doing another Conduit 2 in-depth weapon breakdown. Today we're going to be doing the Warp Pistol, an energy handgun that is the only handgun in the Drudge category. This gun is a very specialized weapon that takes a bit of skill to use correctly. So before I say anything else, we're going to get into the most important stat about most guns, which is the damage. Now, if you want to run this thing without any energy upgrades, because this is in the energy category, you're going to find that it does 17 damage, no matter if it's a body shot or a headshot. There is no headshot multiplier, it's just 1x. However, this damage is going to be completely different if you're trying to hit your target by bouncing it off the ground or a wall or something. After bouncing, the damage could be anywhere between 2 and 23 damage, so anywhere between a 50 to 5 shot kill if you bounce it off the ground. Quite a gap there, and you're not going to get all 23 damage shots if you hit people on the ground. You're not going to get all 2 damage shots if you hit people on the ground. It's going to vary a lot. So if you want to put the improved damage or improved energy damage upgrade on this gun, you're going to find that it'll make a 1-point jump to 18 damage, which is pretty much nothing. It is the same amount of shots to kill, and the bouncing damage is exactly the same, so still 2 to 23 for that. And if you would like to put the greater of the damage upgrades, which would be damage focus or energy focus in this case, it would make the small jump again to 19 damage on the body and the head, meaning that it is still a 6-shot kill, no difference there, but the damage will be from 2 to 24 after bouncing on the ground. So if you want to go double energy and put both the improved damage and damage focus upgrades on this gun, you're going to find that the raw damage takes a jump to 21, which means it is a 5-shot kill, and the on the ground damage actually does 2 to 27. So as you may have noticed, sometimes if you hit somebody off the ground, it'll actually do more than if you had hit them outright. But it's so varied that you can't count on it for sure. However, I still do recommend aiming for the legs or the ground near the legs, because the bullets on this thing move so slow. It's really hard to get a shot on them on the body without bouncing it, unless you've got them backed up into a corner or they're standing still or something. Note that this 5 shots to kill means that your 6-shot charge shot is not really necessary. You don't have to hit all 5 of them. That's what I mean by that. So you have a greater chance of killing someone outright if you use the charge shot. So the next stat we're going to talk about is rate of fire, which is also not that great. At 270 rounds per minute. This combined with the bullets traveling really slowly means that depending on how far away your enemy is, it's going to be a pretty slow kill with this weapon. Being a secondary and an extremely light one at that, you're going to get full 100% movement from this weapon, same as the USP, MP5, and the HVS 45. And so it's good for moving long distances across the map before switching to your heavier primary. If you're even really using a primary with this, then it's always going to be a good idea. Now, another thing you really want to take note of when using this weapon is its accuracy, which is flat out horrible. It doesn't matter as much since you can bounce things off of walls, but this even makes trying to hit people square in the body even harder. And that's basically why I'm not recommending that you do that most of the time, unless you're, unless you've got them pinned in a corner or something similar like that. One advantage this gun has over other secondaries is its extremely fast reload time. I believe it is the fastest reloading secondary. That's a good thing going for it. Another good thing that kind of goes hand in hand with that statistic is its large magazine of 24, which is critical because you're going to need to fire a lot of shots in order to kill someone. and you could potentially get a lot of hits on someone without killing them if you're bouncing it off the ground, since the minimum damage when doing so is so low. I'm not even actually going to bother showing you the accuracy because there would be nothing you could really tell from it, because if you didn't notice, all the bullets bounce off any surface, so a basic wall test would not suffice. And anyways, just rest assured this gun is awful at accuracy, and that's all you need to know about it. Now I'm going to tell you how much I like the weapon, how I feel about it, and I'm also giving you a recommended loadout. If you're going to use this as your primary, I'm going to suggest that this is the loadout you use or something similar. But first, how I feel about this gun. At first, I really didn't like this gun. Before I was doing this series, I never used it pretty much. But now I think that's all going to change, because honestly, this is such a fun gun to use. The reason for that being, it's so challenging. Now, a lot of you are probably going to hate it for that reason, but I love a good challenge now, starting up this series, and this weapon is probably the most challenging I've had to do so far, and I like that. I also like the fact that you can bounce it off of walls. That is pretty fun, and although I don't particularly like the damage, rate of fire, any of that, I still like the gun, and I still think it's a blast to use. Another thing worthy to mention about this gun is that its charge shot charges up surprisingly fast. You only have to hold it for about a second before you can fire it, which is a lot faster than, say, the strike rifle or the deatomizer. Well, I'm not sure about the deatomizer yet, but you really don't need capacitor on it to speed that up. And now for my recommended loadout on how you will use this if you're going to go warp pistol only, which I would recommend for experienced players. The first thing we'll equip will be a primary of your choice, although I recommend the hive cannon. This will serve as a backup to your warp pistol instead of a primary, as your warp pistol is going to be your primary. The next thing we're going to equip is a pair of flash grenades. These will save your life many a time, but we're going to use them as a lead-in to blind your opponents momentarily so they won't know where to shoot, and you'll have the advantage on them to take them out with the many shots required. Since your ammo is going to run dry very quickly because of the many shots it takes to kill, especially if bouncing off the ground, and your grenades are going to run out quickly, we're going to use ammo salvage as our first upgrade in order to restock our ammo and replenish our grenades when we're running out. If we do by chance run out of ammo, switch to your hive cannon and kill someone quickly in order to regain all the lost ammo for your warp pistol and your grenades. Even with ammo salvage, you're going to need a lot of ammo to get that first kill, and so next perk I'm recommending is Ammo Belt. This will supply you with more than enough ammo to kill one enemy and so start the replenishing cycle. This will also benefit your hive cannon, as that normally only starts out with one extra clip. Next, I'm going to recommend potatoes because they're healthy and delicious, and they also go marvelously well with ranch dressing. In all seriousness, most situations with this gun will leave you with a red screen, and so mending is our solution around that. Just crouch to immediately start the regeneration of your health. It will save you in many situations. For our last upgrade, I'm going to recommend Extended Melee, which will help you extend your reach and make melee less than a secondary option, but lead in with your warp pistol and finish with the old 1-2 punch. That's all for me this week. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you're looking forward to the bonus clip footage with question and answer due out next week sometime. So put your questions in the comments below and leave a rating on the video. If you dislike, tell me why. And that's it for me, so I'll see you next week. And most importantly, don't forget the potatoes.